Good evening. I am Charna Sherman, Advisory Committee member of the Cleveland Israel Arts Connection, a program of the Jewish Federation of Cleveland. I am just so delighted to welcome all of you tonight for a very, very special event, a festival of song featuring Cantor Rebecca Carmi and her family with pianist Laura Silverman. As many of you know, the goal of the Cleveland Israel Arts Connection is to connect our community with the most dynamic 21st century cultural experiences that Israel has to offer. In 10 years, we have helped bring in over 100 Israeli artists to Cleveland and partnered with 50 fine art organizations. These include all the arts: music, film, visual art, literature, theater, dance, fashion and design, and even the tasty culinary arts. The Cleveland Israel Arts Connection is pleased to announce a partnership with Siegel Lifelong Learning at Case Western Reserve University. Together, we will offer arts opportunities every month for you to enjoy virtually until we are all able to gather together in person, hopefully in the not too distant future. You can learn more about the offerings by joining the Cleveland Israel Arts Connection group on Facebook or visiting the Siegel Lifelong Learning website. Before we begin, I of course want to extend a few thank yous. First, a hearty thank you to our queen, Ro Green, honorary producer and co-chair with Erica Hartman Horvitz for their leadership and extraordinary vision. Thank you to the sponsors of the Cleveland Israel Arts Connection, the Ro Green Foundation, the Leonard Krieger Fund of the Cleveland Foundation, Cuyahoga Arts and Culture, Zinner and Company, BNY Mellon Wealth Management, and the Consulate General of Israel in New York. Thank you also to the Arts Advisory Group and the Patron Society who support the Cleveland Israel Arts Connection throughout the year. This program would simply not exist without your ongoing support. And I would, of course, be remiss if I did not also thank the over 12,000 donors who contributed to the annual campaign for Jewish needs. Together, our community raised over $33 million to help Jews in need in Cleveland, Israel, and around the world. Thank you so very much. And now to our program. There are more Hanukkah songs in heaven and earth, Matityahu, than are dreamt of in your living room. The endless musical responses to the Festival of Lights. Cantor Rebecca Carmi has put together a very special program that explores these musical responses. Ordained in 1993 by the Hebrew Union College, Rebecca has served congregations in New York, New Jersey, and California, as well as joining congregations across the US and Canada as a High Holy Day cantor. Rebecca taught on the cantorial faculty of the Academy for Jewish Religion in New York City and has served as a director of the Cantors Assembly. She has performed in recitals and concerts around the world. Highlights include Carnegie Hall, the Jerusalem Theater, the Berliner Dome, the Warsaw Opera House, the Krakow Jewish Music Festival, and the Vienna Jewish Music Festival, where I like to think my Aunt Rosie and Uncle Milt Wolf had the chance to once hear her. Rebecca and flautist husband Irad raised 3 children, Amnon, Aryeh, and Yardena, all of whom we'll hear from during the program. And we should sing special praise since they did not raise them just in Beechwood, but also in Tel Aviv. And we should note that Irad in his younger days played flute for the Israeli Symphony. The Carmis are also bright lights in our arts and culture community. Between them, they serve on, and this is quite a list, the boards of the Cleveland Orchestra, the Cleveland Institute of Music, the Women's Council of the Cleveland Museum of Art, where Becky is actually chair, Chamberfest Cleveland, and Dance Cleveland, as well as the Cleveland Israel Arts Connection. Hanukkah has inspired countless creative musical responses, beginning with the traditional lighting of the Menorah candles. The Carmis will take us on a tour of Hanukkah music. So I now invite you to join the Carmi family as we light the Hanukkah menorah.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim lavoteinu, bayamim hahem, ba'azman hazeh. Yeshuati. Tikon betefilati.
Visham toda nizaberhiach li'itachin matbeach li'itachin matbeach mitzor hamnabeach
Hazegmor beshir mizmor.
Chanukah hamizbeach. Maoz Tzur Yeshuati lechana'eh l'shabeach tikon beit tefilati v'sham toda nizabeach litachin matbeach mitzar haminabeach azegmor b'shir mizmor Chanukah hamizbeach. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us here in our living room to celebrate the holiday of Chanukah. I'd like to introduce our family to you. I'm Rebecca Carmi, and this is Yardena, Amnon, and Aryeh, and my husband, who is on the alto recorder, and later the flute, Irad Carmi. And Amnon is our tenor, Aryeh is our bass baritone, and Yardena is my fellow soprano. In our family, we love to sing rounds, and we have several rounds for Chanukah, which we're going to share with you.
Matityahu bold, 5 brave sons had he, Elazar and Yochanan, Shimon and Yonatan, and Yehuda Maccabee, and Yehuda Maccabee. Matityahu bold, 5 brave sons had he, Elazar and Yochanan, Shimon and Yonatan, and Yehuda Maccabee, 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 and Yehuda Maccabee. Candles burning all night long. Chanukah, oh Chanukah. Judah, Judah, Maccabee, fought the Greeks to make us free. Menorah, Menorah. Turning, turning, spirits yearning, reaching for the night. Growing, shadows growing, darkness growing, shadows growing, ancient story told, ancient story told, mystery of love, burnt into the night. Lots of vodkas, lots of vodkas, lots of vodkas, lots. Let's all eat them up. Lots of vodkas, lots of vodkas, lots of vodkas, lots. Let's all eat them up. Maccabee, 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 let's all eat them up.
Those of you who have had the privilege of attending other of Rebecca's musical presentations know that she always adds something extra to it to add to the experience. Tonight, she has chosen some poetry inspired by Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights. The first is The Coming of Light by Mark Strand. Even this late it happens, the coming of love, the coming of light. You wake, and the candles are lit as if by themselves. Stars gather, dreams pour into your pillows, sending up warm bouquets of air. Even this late, the bones of the body shine, and tomorrow's dust flares into breath.
Thank you, Charna. That was lovely. The next selection is from the Yiddish tradition. It's a piece written by Solomon Golub to a poem by Abraham Reisen. The light of the menorah reflected in my father's eyes seemed to cause his work-worn body to somehow stand a little straighter and to become a little less tired. Such is the power of the Chanukah lights.
Sind die Licht und die Strahlen
Tate, singt der Tate, unerzinnt die Licht, und die Strahlen milde fallen auf sein blass Gesicht.
A row of tall, skinny candles burns quickly into the night air. The shamus raised over the rest for its hard work. Darkness rushes in after the sun sinks, like a bright plug pulled. Our eyes drown in night, thick as ink pudding. When even the moon starves to a sliver of quicksilver, the little candles poke holes in the blackness. A time to eat fat and oil, a time to gamble for pennies and gambol.
Yabba bim bum bim bum bim bum bim bum bim bum bim bum bim. Yabba bim bum bim bum bim bum bim bum bim bum bim bum bim.
Haderot halalu anachem madlikim, al hanisivri, al hachuot, al hamilchamot, she'asit alavotenu, hayamim hahem b'zman hazeh, hayadei kohanecha, kohanecha hakadoshim, v'chol shmonat yemei Chanukah, v'chol shmonat yemei Chanukah, Hanerot halalu, hanerot halalu kodeshem.
Yabba bim bum bim bum bim bum bim bum bim bum bim bum bim. Yabba bim bum bim bum bim bum bim bum bim. Yabba bim bum bim bum bim bum bim bum bim. Yabba bim bum bim bum bim bum bim
Shimcha hagadol, hanisecha v'yamiflotecha, kohanecha hakadoshim.
Bim bum bim bum bim bum bim bum bim bum bim bum bim. Chanukah, Chanukah, light the sweet flames of compassion and love. Chanukah, Chanukah, light the sweet flames of compassion and love. Let there be light, let there be light, kindled by the flames of intentions of peace. I see your dreams dangling in flames, meditation in blue, a prayer for shalom. Singing of our hopes and joy, we gather strength to share, flames growing high, chanting our song of songs. Let there be light, let there be light, and there is light, a prayer for shalom. Lift us up, fill us with love. Meditation in blue, a prayer for shalom, a prayer for shalom. הניסים ועל הפולקן, על הניסים ועל הפולקן, ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות ועל המלחמות. על הניסים ועל הפולקן, על הניסים ועל הפולקן, ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות ועל המלחמות. שעשית לאבותינו, שעשית לאבותינו, בימים ההם, בזמן הזה. על הניסים ועל הפולקן.
בימי מתתיהו בן יוחנן, כהן גדול חשמונאי ובניו, כשעמדו מלכות יוון הרשעה על עמך ישראל, על עמך ישראל, להשכיחם תורתך ולהעבירם מחוקי רצונך.
על הניסים ועל הפולקן, על הניסים ועל הפולקן, ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות ועל המלחמות. שעשית לאבותינו, שעשית לאבותינו, בימים ההם, בזמן הזה. על הניסים ועל הפולקן.
ואתה ברחמך הרבים אמרת להם, אמרת להם בעת צרתם.
על הניסים ועל הפולקן, על הניסים ועל הפולקן, ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות ועל המלחמות. Oh, you tiny little light, telling stories through the night, in your flickering golden eye, the Maccabees pass by. Tall and strong the brothers five fought to keep their faith alive, fought for freedom from tyranny, and set their people free. Now let strife and warring cease, now let people live in peace, freedom's flame burn on. Back again the people came, and to the temple they brought a flame, watched it shine for 8 long days, and sang their hymns of praise. Now let strife and warring cease, now let people live in peace, now let strife and warring cease, now let people live in peace. Freedom's flame, freedom's flame, freedom's flame burn on.
Our annual Prairie Hanukkah party. Latkes, kugel, cherry blintzes. Friends arrive from nearby towns. and dance the twist to Hanukkah Lights Tonight. Been like a dreidel to a klezmer hit. The candles flicker in the window. Outside, ponderosa pines are tied in red bows. If you squint, the neighbors' Christmas lights look like the Omaha skyline. The smell of oil is in the air. We drift off to childhood, where we spent our gelt on baseball cards and matinees, cream sodas and potato knishes. No delis in our neighborhood. Only the wind howling over the crushed corn stalks. Inside, we try to sweep the darkness out, waiting for the Messiah to knock, wanting to know if he can join the party.
Light the candles on the table. Know the day is nearly done. Thank the heavens for all its blessings. Have a happy Chanukah, my sons. Shining candles on the table. Children's eyes are shining too. Love is here within this household. Daughter, happy Chanukah to you.
May the joy and love around this table be reflected around the world tonight. While we feast and laugh, let us remember that we celebrate the feast of light.
Let the candles on our table glow with hope that never ends. Share the light with all creation. Have a happy Chanukah, my friends.
May the joy and love around this table be reflected around the world tonight. While we feast and laugh, let us remember that we celebrate the feast of light.
Let the candles on our table glow with hope that never ends. Share the light with all creation. Have a happy Chanukah, my friends.
I'm spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica, wearing sandals, lighting candles by the sea. I spent Shavuos in East St. Louis, a charming spot, but clearly not the spot for me. Those eastern winters, I can't endure 'em, so every year I pack my gear and come out here till Purim. Rosh Hashanah, I spend in Arizona, and Yom Kippur, way down in Mississippi. But in December, there's just one place for me. Amid the California flora, I'll be lighting my menorah like a baby in its cradle. I'll be playing with my dreidel. Here's to Judah Maccabeus, boy, if he could only see us. Spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica by the sea.
When the winter wind starts blowing, it's just nature's way of showing Chanukah will soon be here. I recall when I was younger, how I used to yearn and hunger for this special time of year. And it's still so very dear. Chanukah, Chanukah, a holiday that drives away all care. Chanukah, Chanukah, the season loved by people everywhere. Chanukah, Chanukah, a time for giving gifts for those we love. Chanukah, Chanukah, a time for giving thanks to heaven above. With pride recalling mighty Judah Maccabee, and how he bravely fought to set his people free. Menorah candles burning through the night, the beauty of the feast of light. Chanukah, Chanukah, each home is filled with laughter, song, and cheer. Falling snow, candle glow, proclaim that Chanukah is here.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a 7 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a 7 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. These are the candles of Chanukah,
Glowing atop the menorah,
Lighting the way for the Maccabees
as they waited in the dark. This is the story of Chanukah.
just enough oil for one short day.
Then like a miracle from above,
It lasted 8 long days.
Chanukah, 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 Chanukah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a 7 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a 7 and a 1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7 and
5, 6, 7 and
5, 6, 7 and 8.
8. Hey! Chanukah linda está aquí, 8 candelas para mí. Chanukah linda está aquí, 8 candelas para mí. Oh, una candelica, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí.
Muchas fiestas vou fazer, com alegria e prazer. Muchas fiestas vou fazer, com alegria e prazer. Oh,
Una Una candelica, dos candelicas, tres candelicas, cuatro candelicas, cinco candelicas, seis candelicas, siete candelicas, ocho candelas para mí. Los pastelicos voy a comer con almendricas y la miel. Los pastelicos voy a comer con almendricas y la miel. Oh, una candelica, dos candelicas, tres candelicas, cuatro candelicas, cinco candelicas, seis candelicas, siete candelicas, ocho candelas para mí.
The final poem tonight is an excerpt from Suzanne Sobransky's We Shall Forever Celebrate Light. Hanukkah, the festival of lights. It's a joyous celebration of our journey from darkness into brightness, the telling of a story we all know so well. And it gently reminds us that this journey out of darkness and back into the light is one which never ends. We will repeat it again and again and again.
For our final group of songs, we invite you to sing along with us. We won't be able to hear you, but we will know you're there. But before we do that, I'd like to introduce and thank our wonderful, lovely accompanist, pianist tonight, Laura Silverman. There behind the safety screen with her mask, our friend and neighbor. Thank you so much, Laura.
Mi malekut Yisrael otani hen bechondo yakum hagibor goel ha'am. Mi malekut Yisrael otani hen bechondo yakum hagibor goel ha'am. Shema bayamim hahem bozman hazeh Maccabi Moshiach ufodeh U'yameinu kol am Yisrael Yitached yakum ve'yigael Mi yemelech gvurat Yisrael otanim Hen bechodo yakum hagibor goel ha'am חג יפה כל כך, אוי חביב מסביב, גילי ילד רך. חנוכה, חנוכה, סביבון סוף סוף, סוף סוף סוף, סוף סוף סוף, מה נעים וטוב. I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, on dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. Now dreidel, 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 now dreidel I shall play. Sevivon, sof, 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 Chanukah hu chag tov, Chanukah hu chag tov, Sevivon, sof, 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 Chag simcha hu la'am, Nes gadol haya sham, Nes gadol haya sham, Chag simcha hu la'am. Chanukah, Chanukah, a time to remember, a jolly, jolly holiday that comes in December. Every day for 8 days, dreidel to spin. Crispy little latkes, tasty and thin. And nightly, so brightly, the candles of Chanukah glow. Shining with glory, retelling the story of wonders of long, long ago. Shining with glory, retelling the story, the wonders of long, long ago. Maoz Tzur Yeshuati, Lechana Elishabeach, Tikon Betefilati, Visham Toda Nizabeach, Leitachin Malbeach, Mizor Nabeach, Azekmor Beshir Mizmor, Chanukah Hamizbeach, Azekmor Beshir Mizmor, Chanukah Hamizbeach.
Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
How can we possibly thank this unbelievably talented family? Really, the Sound of Music clan has nothing on Beechwood in Tel Aviv. Really, thank you, Rebecca, Laura, Irad, Amnon, Aryeh, and Yardena. You have truly, as the chats will tell you later, you have truly brought extraordinary light into the lives of all of us in a very, very dark time, and we are so grateful. So thank you for sharing your many gifts of music and celebrating the beauty that is Hanukkah. Thank you all for coming this evening. Please look out for more upcoming events from the Cleveland Israel Arts Connection and Siegel Lifelong Learning for continuous updates and more opportunities to experience Israeli arts and culture. Tonight was just a taste of all that we have to offer. Please be sure to join the Cleveland Israel Arts Connection page on Facebook for more information. Have a wonderful evening. Everyone stay safe. And yes, light is coming into our darkness. Good night and thank you.